Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back for another episode of HunterTuned. Today I'm actually starting off the day by running to the post office, and I'm actually sending Boosted Boys a set of these flex fuel injectors. So I'm hoping they're going to use them. They're doing a B20 VTEC build right now, and I would love to be a part of it in any way I can. So I figured I would send over, these are matching flex fuel injectors that A21 Bravo flowed for me. And these ones are like mint, like absolutely perfect flowed. Everything should be mint with these. The only thing is I don't know what fuel rail and stuff they're using, so I'm not sending any O-rings. But yeah, I wrote them a letter, kind of, just explaining what the injectors are and, the videos and stuff I have on my YouTube of doing stuff with these injectors. So yeah, I'm going to start off by doing that. And by the way, guys, I do have stickers available. If you guys didn't know, I do sell them. If you are interested, I may put a link in the description again. I kind of quit putting it in the description because the sales kind of died off. But yeah, if you guys are interested in stickers, I do have them. But yeah, let's get to the post office and send Boosted Boys some HunterTuned goodies. Alright, so I just left the post office, and looks like my package isn't going to get to Boosted Boys until Tuesday, which sucks. I hope they are willing to wait till then to get the car tuned and everything like that, because, obviously I don't have patience for that kind of stuff. I'm waiting on parts. I hate it, but I don't know what kind of time frame they're really looking at on these injectors. So hopefully they'll still use them and we'll all be good to go. But I am out here right now on the lake, and I'm just kind of looking at all the water that's out here. Look at the plow truck. I don't know if you can see it out there. That's one of the plow trucks for the fishing club, that they come out here and they actually plow roads for, all these people that come out here and drive. Yeah, there is a crap load of water out onto the ice right now. Considering it is raining and it is nearly 50 degrees, this temperature gauge is actually off. Typical Wisconsin weather for you, I suppose. Plow truck. Yeah, it's funny, one day it can be 20 below and then the next day it's 50 degrees and raining. So yeah, supposed to cool back down tonight, and all this water that's on the lake right now, I'm hoping that it's all going to freeze over and the lake is going to be glass smooth. Considering it did freeze initially pretty rough, this rain actually helps level the ice back out, and once it's leveled back out and refreezes, the lake will be a lot smoother and we'll be able to have more fun. Hey guys, I am back home now, and I'm working on my dad's truck because he actually, this actually died on him on the way home from work, like right in front of the house. So luckily you didn't have to get it towed or nothing, but we got everything disassembled because we think the fuel pump went bad, and this has happened once before already. The pump got weak and it was only running like 20 psi of fuel pressure. So I swapped in my WRX stock pump and I hung it on the factory hanger and everything, and then we cut a hole in the bed. Yeah, this truck's got over 200,000 miles. It's rusty, it's nothing special, and we didn't want to pull the tank out, so yeah, we cut a hole in the bed. I don't know. It works just fine, and when you got a bed cover, you can't even tell. But anyway, so we swapped the pump out again, back to the original, or I should say, we swapped the fuel pump for my Subaru one, and then he ended up buying a replacement from eBay for like 55 bucks. It was some Chinese fuel pump, and he put it in, and I assumed that the Chinese fuel pump went out again. So we swapped in the Subaru one just to diagnose and see if that was the issue or not. So now the Subaru pump's in, and it still doesn't work. So now I'm in the dilemma of the pump doesn't have power going to it, so I'm going to check the fuses now and see where that leads me. Because I've actually had this problem before on a maroon Chevy that I had. I had a maroon 1500 like this, and it actually blew a fuel pump fuse for some reason, which could be caused by that Chinese fuel pump. It could have drew too much amperage or something stupid and, blew the fuse. So that's what I'm going to check now. Alright, so here we are in the fuse panel, and see if we can find fuel pump anywhere. Okay guys, so I just got the truck out of the garage and it's running mint, but the issue wasn't in the fuse or the relay. I checked all that stuff. it was getting power to the fuse, it was getting power to the relay, and everything like that. So it was in between the fuse box and the pump where it wasn't getting power. And turns out on that truck, the previous owner had actually spliced in connections on the fuel pump, and one of them got corroded and the wire broke off. So I just had to reconnect the wire, and it's good to go. So the truck's running great. So it's kind of nice that it was an easy fix. I mean, I kind of know LS motors and these frickin' trucks like the back of my head, or like the back of my hand, I should say, not my head. If I knew it like the back of my head, I wouldn't know anything about it because I don't ever look at the back of my head. But anyways, I'm going to pull the CRX in now because last night I was driving it and it lost brakes completely. Like, I went to go hit the brakes for a stop sign and hit the brakes and they went all the way to the floor and it barely stopped me. So I definitely got to see what's going on with that. And yeah, so I'm going to pull it in right now. Alright, so first I'm going to check the fluid and see if it's low. If it is, I'm going to fill it up and pump the brakes and see if I can see it leaking from anywhere. Look at that, bone dry. So let's put some fluid in, hey? Oh yeah, we got some. So when it gets like real damp outside like this, my garage floor gets super soaked. Like, it sweats. Like the floor sweats for some reason. And you know, you can only squeegee it so much before it gets, you know, like this again. And it usually only happens when it's like really humid out, but whatever. I don't have much brake fluid, so hopefully we find the leak quick and fix it. And I'm guessing that it's this frickin' wheel cylinder because I took these brakes apart the other day and I looked at everything and this wheel cylinder was leaking, so I'm thinking it's probably that, and I'm probably just gonna end up capping the rear line right here so I only have front brakes, but that's how it's going to be once I get the hydro e-brake installed anyways. So yeah, let's see if we got any pedal though after putting some fluid in it. Nope. We still ain't got no frickin' pedal. Yeah, it's leaking out of the drum here, the brake drum. Yeah, I don't know if it's actually the wheel cylinder that's I mean, the wheel cylinder is leaking, don't get me wrong, but on the back here this line is completely shot. It's rusted out and leaking from there too, so we're gonna have to cap this off somehow. Alright, so since the lines are shot going to the back, they're all rusty, rotted out, I'm going to be replacing those rear lines with the hydro e-brake as soon as I figure out what I'm doing with the rear brakes, and then we'll all be good. But for the meantime, on the proportioning valve on a CRX, the two back ones here, they go into the car right here. They actually go into the inside of the car and they run on the floor and then they come back out by the rear brakes. I'm just going to cap this off with a plug on both sides. I might end up just welding this shut and then putting it back in, or going to get a plug. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but yeah. To take these lines off too, it's always a good idea to use a socket, like cut the line and then put a socket over it instead of using an open end wrench, because you will round off the you will round off the hex on the fitting here very easily because this is made out of brass or some material like that. It's very soft, so using an open end will actually stretch out or strip out the hex head of the fitting. So I'm just going to take a bolt cutter, cut the back line here, and then take the fitting out, and then we'll have both fittings, and we'll figure out what we're going to do from there. Alright, so what I'm doing is kind of ghetto, but it's going to work right now because, you know, whatever, we're just doing something temporary for the car so I can still drive it. The brake line here is just, I cut it, like I said, off of the proportioning valve, and I just put it in the bench vise, and I crushed the end of it down, and now I'm just going to wire wheel it off, and I'm going to weld the end of it shut. Just like I did on this one right here. Hopefully my welds don't leak, and we'll all be good to go. So yeah, let's get to it. Oh yeah, look at that beauty. It's funny, I've actually done this on oil squirters too for inside of the GSR motor. And I was impatient a few times when I was building the motor, and I've just welded the oil squirter shut. Kind of same concept here. Alright, so I got the proportioning valve blocked off now. I pumped the brakes a few times, and looks like we're not leaking, so that's good. The fluid's still full. So now I'm just going to get the car back on the ground, get the rear tires back on, and then I'm going to have to bleed the front brakes out because there seems like there's quite a bit of air in the system yet. So once it's all bled, we should be dialed. Alright, the brakes are bled, the reservoir is full, and we have no leaks anywhere. So that is awesome. I'm just going to have to do something about the rear brakes soon. Like I said, this is just temporary for now so I can still drive the car if I need to. And whatnot, but I still like having the rear brakes on the handbrake. That way you have two separate systems. So if one fails, like say if I'm going really fast on a drag strip and one of my brake systems fail, I still have another backup braking system. Versus in this case, if the brakes go out anywhere, it's going to have an effect on the whole system, if that makes sense. So I like doing it this way. You may not. You may call me ghetto and stupid for doing it this way, but this is just the way I'm doing it, like I said, and it's actually better on a fast front-wheel drive race car like this, that when you're going super fast on the drag strip and you jab the brakes really hard to slow down, it can actually cause the rear brakes to lock up. And if that happens, the car could spin out at over 100 miles an hour, and you don't want that. So like I said, it's almost better to have the front brakes on the pedal and then have the rear brakes on the handbrake. So yeah, hopefully we'll get the rear brakes sorted out soon, but yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. It's kind of boring, kind of different, whatever, but just kind of giving you daily videos. I know you guys are enjoying it, so I'm happy you guys are still supporting me and supporting the channel. I just crossed 2,000 subscribers the other day, so that is super cool. Thank you very much for each and every one of you. I appreciate all the support. Seems like the subscriber count is growing pretty good, so I'm super happy. Maybe I'll have some good response from the Boosted Boys if they get my injectors and end up using them. Maybe we'll be able to grow the channel even more. So yeah, if you guys follow Boosted Boys, give me a shout out or something if you guys want, and get them, you know, working with me and seeing if they want some help from old HunterTuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoy the video. Subscribe if you guys are new. If this is your first time here, welcome. And consider subscribing and hitting the bell down there next to the subscribe button. That also notifies you every time I put out a new video. And yeah, you will be one of the first to see it. I know everybody goes nuts and they comment first comment, which is cool, you know. But yeah, if you guys don't have the bell notified, you're not going to be able to be the first. So yeah. Thanks. Have a good night, guys. See you later.